Aang's lucky Iroh was asleep here, and I know this is supposed to be played as a cute scene, but Iroh would have just grabbed and then bitch slapped Aang so many times. It would have been no contest. Would have grabbed him and belly bumped him a whole bunch like he does to Azula. Book 1, Episode 2, The Avatar Returns. Yeah, so they get back after setting off the flare.
The traitor confesses.
Sokka and Gran yell at Katara and Aang. The rest of the village really knows how to mind their business. I mean, they all show up, but they don't say shit.
I'm protecting you from threats like him.
Aang is not our enemy. Don't you see? Aang's brought us something we haven't had in a long time. Fun.
Fun? We can't fight firebenders with fun.
You should try it sometime.
They make kind of a point of saying you can't fight firebenders with fun, but then Aang says you can, which feels like the way they've set it up, it's supposed to be, I don't know, thematically important, but I don't think there's a point in Avatar where they do fight firebenders with fun. I think they fight firebenders with fighting.
I think it best if the Airbender leaves.
Fine. Then I'm banished too. Come on, Aang, let's go.
Where do you think you're going?
To find a waterbender. Aang is taking me to the North Pole.
Yeah, Katara, really, her only motivation is just to learn waterbending. I forgot how much she wanted that. I mean, she doesn't even seem to care that they put the village in danger. She's just like, I just want to learn waterbending. And this little boy I just met has a car. I mean, that's the whole thing. She needs a car. But Katara's got kind of a one-track mind. That whole thing she said earlier about fun, I mean, that was just some manipulative bullshit because she wants to learn waterbending. It's like, yeah, I know you want to be special because you have, like, sort of superpowers, but did you see the village? There's like 15 of us, and we live in the South Pole. We need help doing stuff. You don't get to just do your superpowers. If Katara leaves and Sokka leaves, probably the rest of them would die. You ever think about that? Sokka's the only adult man in the whole village. Presumably they need, like, one adult man to do some kind of heavy lifting to just get this little camp going. They never mentioned that. You know, I was sort of applauding the rest of the village for being so quiet earlier, but I actually think they should have probably spoken up and been like, hey, if you both leave the most able-bodied people in the whole village, we're all going to die. All the kids are going to die. No more potty breaks. It'll be death breaks.
Great.
Katara, would you really choose him over your tribe?
This is where they should make the point about that they'll all die.
Wow.
Also, Sokka and Katara are the only hotties in the whole village. Everybody else has big round faces.
It was nice meeting everyone.
Okay.
Let's see your
I guess those hooded ladies could be attractive. Maybe the one to the far left.
Aang, don't go. I'll miss you.
You don't even know her name?
I'll miss you too.
Oh, but he's actually talking to Katara. What if the kid cuts back and is like, no, Aang, me, I'll miss you. You're looking at Katara, but I'll miss you. Before you go, quick, will you just say my name for everyone so I feel seen? Will you just say it? Please, just once? Please just say it once. He didn't even know my name.
There goes my one chance at becoming
One-track
a
mind with
waterbender.
Katara. What a psycho. She's looking down because she thinks, my granddaughter is a psycho.
All right, ready our defenses.
So this is where I really notice Aang has now been in the Southern Water Tribe for at least hours, maybe a day, and no one has offered him a jacket. He's just been wearing like 2 light t-shirt kind of things. Look at that. He's got nothing. That's a very flowy shirt. It looks like he should be in like Italy or Barcelona or something. And he's just leaning on ice and snow. I don't know if that's monk power or if it's hose don't get cold. Last episode, he was very horny. I'm going to go with hose don't get cold.
The village.
Sokka also, in preparing for battle, takes off all of his warm clothes. And puts on makeup. Hose don't get cold. The soundtrack's so good. Look at that Zuko warming up. Not a ho. Check the candle. Make sure it's... I don't know. He was looking at the candle because he's about to fight firebenders. He was studying those flames to determine their weakness. Air. Huh, actually, that's kind of... Was that supposed to be a thing? I'm sure it wasn't. Man, Zuko's ship just going right onto land. I mean, do they live... I guess they don't live on land at all. They're just on ice. How does it work? Titanic hit one little iceberg and everybody died, and they're like A land boat. I mean, this is like Hal's Moving Castle kind of land boat. Maybe some boats can do this. I don't know. How do you back out of that? I mean, I think it's I guess if Aang has a sky bison, it's only fair that Zuko has a land boat. Look, it's completely on land. It like jumped up and crawled over to the igloos. Land boat. It's nice that when Ozai banished Zuko, he gave them the one land boat. Everyone's astonished because they've never seen a land boat. What if that had killed Sokka? This would be an altogether different story. Okay, so then Zuko arrives to capture the Avatar. He and his fire goons walk down in unison. Sokka goes to fight them. Gets kicked in the face twice. If you're the rest of the villagers, that is traumatic. You're one adult man who's been like you're a child who's been following the dictates of this guy thinking he'll protect you. And at the first time there's firebenders, he just gets kicked in the face twice and humiliated. That's like watching your dad just get his ass handed to him. Get kicked twice.
Where are you hiding him?
You're probably thinking, him? You just kicked him in the face. He's over in the snow. Will you be my dad? He was pathetic.
I know
It's probably the darkest Zuko ever is. All his makeup came off in the kick. Zuko kicked his makeup off. Hose don't get cold? Does that still make sense? I don't know. It's a cool roll.
Show no fear.
This kind of reminds me of the Mountain versus Oberyn in Game of Thrones. Doesn't this feel like that? Much more wholesome version. Zuko, I raped her! I killed her! I killed her children! Or what if in Game of Thrones, when he smashes Oberyn's skull, it played that... That would have been... They should make an edit of that. Maybe I'll make an edit of that. Just horrifying scenes in Game of Thrones with the... The whistle's so funny. Aang went and found this penguin instead of just running back. So then Aang arrives... And now they decide that this super fucked up scene is going to be played comedically. So Aang makes it back to fight the firebenders. All the traumatized kids are now confused because this horrifying thing where they're thinking they're all about to be killed and taken as prisoners of war or worse. Fire Nation's pretty evil. Maybe, maybe some raping and pillaging. I don't know. But anyway, now it's funny. They're like, I thought I was going to die, but then the bad guy's helmet landed on his butt, and now I'm confused. Now every time something funny happens, I cry. Or maybe the other way. They're crazy Joker-type kids, and now whenever there's something fucked up happening in the war, they'd laugh. Tonally, this would be confusing for them. Yeah, see, now they're all happy. They're psychopaths already. Totally forgotten that they're about to die.
Hey, Katara. Hey, Sokka.
Hi, Aang.
Sokka's so
Thanks for
depressed, completely emasculated. Luckily, there are no hotties in the village for him to be humiliated in front of. No, don't burn what's her name.
If I go with you, will you promise to leave everyone alone?
No, Aang, don't do this!
Tara is
It'll
such
be
a
okay.
psycho. I still have to get that ride. Can you ask them if they'll give me a ride? They're giving you a ride. The Fire Nation's closer to the Northern Water Tribe. I only care about one thing. I would kill all my family if it meant getting to go to the North Pole. So Aang is captured.
This staff will make an excellent gift for my father.
Zuko
I suppose you wouldn't know of
says
fathers.
father really
being
weird.
raised by
Let's listen to that
monks.
again. Why does Zuko say father like that?
Appa.
You know, the voice of
love
Appa
taking me out
is
of my
Vin
comfort zone.
Diesel.
This staff will make an excellent gift
Why did he
for my
talk?
father.
Excellent gift for my father. He's like trying to do like a Britishy. I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what that is.
I suppose you wouldn't know of fathers.
He says
being
father
raised
right the
by
second
monks.
time. Aang's lucky Iroh was asleep here. I mean, I think they had to have that happen, but and I know this is supposed to be played as a cute scene, but Iroh would have just grabbed and then bitch slapped Aang so many times. It would have been no contest. Would have grabbed him and belly bumped him a whole bunch like he does to Azula. Iroh doesn't really bend that much, but he wouldn't need to. I mean, the series would have been over. Iroh wouldn't have killed Aang, but he would have beaten him so bad when Katara later is like, why didn't you say you were the Avatar? Aang would be like, I didn't want to be, and I don't think I am anymore. I think Iroh slapped the Avatar out of me.
My staff!
Looks like I underestimated you.
I genuinely thought this the first time they watched it, but airbenders seem to be so powerful when they have access to a mattress. Like an airbender and a mattress is like a waterbender during the full moon or a firebender during Sozin's Comet. And that's like a small single-person mattress. Could you imagine Aang with a California king? I mean, he would have taken down the whole Fire Nation. He would have put him to sleep. Kind of don't think about it, but Aang is an airbending prodigy, everybody says. And Zuko really is just okay at firebending. So I mean, Zuko's the underdog here. They're playing it like Aang is, but the fact that Zuko's been able to hold his own this long is pretty cool. And I think that's the only time Zuko, like, just one-on-one beats Aang.
Aang! No! Aang!
First time Aang goes into the Avatar state, only uses waterbending. And frankly, he responds to the threat very reasonably and proportionally. I mean, that is not that bad. Could you imagine if this had been Season 3 Avatar State, where he makes a Saturn's rings around him and then tells Zuko that he's going to have to pay for the crimes of his forefathers, and then, shoots rock bullets at him and hits him with all the, you shall pay the ultimate price. I mean, this could have been a different show. Katara and Sokka see that, and they're just, oh my god, just fly away. And then Aang sees that they're trying to steal Appa, or that's how he feels, because he's in the Avatar state. And then they pay the ultimate price. And now there's all these witnesses. The ship pays the ultimate price. Iroh is dead. Aang goes into hiding, freezes himself again. Roll credits.
I dropped my staff.
Got it.
How did he do that? Okay, how did Zuko get from the water to that anchor? Incredible. I mean, he's the greatest swimmer of all time, which is cooler than waterbending, frankly. Just to launch yourself like a dolphin.
Shoot them down!
You know, Zuko yells, shoot them down, and then he goes to shoot them down? Like he's yelling at himself. He's like, shoot them down, you idiot, Zuko. Do it, come on. It's like very negative self-talk. You shouldn't talk to yourself like that, Zuko. You should be like, you're doing great. Let's do this. This is kind of the most powerful attack we see any firebender do. It's kind of nice that, look at this teamwork. Turns out firebenders are much more powerful when they use friendship and teamwork. I'd like to think that would get back to Ozai. He'd make some evil speech. We're going to take over the world using the power of friendship and teamwork.
Good news for the Fire Lord. The Fire Nation's greatest threat is just a little kid.
That kid, Uncle, just did this.
You guys just did that with the power of friendship.
How did you do that? With the water? It was the most
Katara,
amazing
with her
thing I've
one-track
ever
mind, you psychopath. He almost died, and she's like, could you teach me
I
that?
just sort of...
If we go to the North Pole, you can master
Katara.
waterbending. And Sokka, I'm sure you'll get to knock some firebender heads on the way.
I'd like that. I'd really like that.
I don't think Sokka ever sounds that sexy again. I'd like that. I'd really like that. Okay, Sokka. I love any shot of the gang riding on Appa in the sky. It's just this show's so perfect. This show's so perfect. Okay, that was episode 2. Thank you so much for watching. If you've enjoyed this, I hope you'll consider subscribing to the channel. I'm doing more Avatar stuff lately. Also, June 16th, I am recording my next hour special at Flophouse Comedy Club, which is the comedy club that I personally started, whatever. It's in Williamsburg, Brooklyn. If you're available June 16th, I hope you'll get tickets for that. They're at my website, nickhopping.com. Bye-bye.